Welcome to the Roo Dits and Loz podcast, kept hot by Ream. You can listen to this podcast anywhere you like, even in the shower. Ream, Australia's favourite hot water.
Adelaide, the greatest city in the world. It's time to wake up with the team born and bred right here in South Australia. The unofficial Mayor of Adelaide, AFL legend and Yabby peeling record holder, Mark Rasciuto. The former squash champ and current B-grade golf champ, Chris Didmar. And the award-winning radio host who's the dumbest smart person you know, Laura O'Callaghan.
It's
Triple M Breakfast with Roo, Dits and Loz.
Oh, it's Wednesday morning and there is so much happening. Loz, first up to you. Did you find your car?
I did find
Have
my
you
car.
retrieved it?
I always knew where it was.
Oh,
I
okay.
just forgot that I'd parked
Oh,
it
well,
there.
that's
you
good
went
news.
back there, did it look sad and lonely?
No.
Like it'd been forgotten?
No, it looked lovely in Unley Park, and the
Covered in
sort of
leaves?
autumnal leaves matched the colour of the car.
Beautiful.
I took a photo of it.
It's like a lizard just hiding in the leaves.
It
What is a
was waiting
chameleon?
for Mum.
Yeah.
And I came and
Hey,
picked
there's
it
so
up.
much happening this morning. Wil Anderson will join us. Our Sassy Sexpert, Wheelie, will
I'm
join us.
excited.
Some advice from her.
What are we going to try and get out of her today?
I want to ask her about open relationships. I know a couple who are trying
Oh.
to make it work, and I just am not sure it will.
That can't work.
Oh,
you
that
know?
old chestnut. It's about someone else, someone I know.
You think
What?
I'm in an open
Well, I don't
relationship?
know. We'll find
That's what
out.
she's angling
Yeah,
for.
no,
Find
no,
out.
no.
Joe's Jokes, the big prize, the last opportunity today.
Yeah, last two kids are going to get through and run out with the Crows on Saturday night at Adelaide Oval. So get your gags ready, parents, for the kids at about 8:15. We'll do that. We've got the Rumour Mill where there's $1,000 up for grabs. And if you can guess what's in Loz's wheelie bin,
Yeah.
it's $11,300.
All right, now,
And a clue.
Yeah, another
Clue
clue
day.
today.
Clue
Hey,
day.
right throughout the morning, we are celebrating something that happened 60 years ago right here.
The Beatles came to
I
town.
know. Can you
And-
believe it?
Mel's back.
Yeah.
Well done,
Pusher.
Pusher. Hello, Mel.
It's a bit early, but the traffic's good, isn't it?
yeah.
It's
How are you, Mel?
Yeah, great. I'm tired, but I'm happy to be here. It's great to be back with you guys, pushing
Yeah.
the buttons again. Hamish isn't well.
Yes.
Did
One
you-
man
So you
down.
knifed him.
Did you do a Tonya Harding?
right.
He's, sans one knee. He's resting
His
up.
ice skating career's gone.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Anyway, let's celebrate the Beatles, shall we? All morning here on Triple M.
Triple M Breakfast with Roo, Dits and Loz. Overnight news.
Very important dignitary visiting Adelaide this week from China. Premier Lai is going to visit. The Prime Minister will be with him, and our Governor and our Premier and
What's he coming
big
for?
entourage coming to Adelaide. Look, he's visiting the zoo and then he's heading to Penfolds. My advice, Premier Lai, go straight to Penfolds. No, it's about the pandas. All you need to say is, yes, you can keep the pandas, and then open a bottle of red. Take me to
Yeah,
Penfolds.
it's not a long conversation. I wouldn't
No,
have thought.
but apparently that's what's happening. So Wong Wong and Funi, I don't know if it's going to be them, but it could be two other pandas, but they're going to extend their stay at the zoo. So that's
They've
good
been here
news.
for a while.
They have 2004, I think. That's a
Gee,
guess.
You know your panda.
No,
dates.
that's a guess. But anyway, as I said,
Did you just pluck that out of your
yeah,
backside?
yeah. Just open a bottle of 2004 Penfolds to celebrate it. That's
20
what you
years
do.
ago.
Hang on, let me Google.
All
Those
right,
pandas have been here for 20 years.
roughly.
When did Wang
Yeah.
and
Hang on, just while you're doing that.
come
We'll get
to
back to that.
Adelaide?
Yeah,
The thumbs are going.
come on.
2009. Sorry,
Nice.
Dits.
That was only 5 years out.
Is the weather going to be
2000.
34 in Perth today
5
or
years.
15?
What's 5 years?
What's 5 years?
Gee.
between
On a panda's
friends?
life.
Yeah.
That's right. Hey, something else. I've
Is a
mentioned
panda
before.
like a dog?
Sorry?
Is a dog, 7 years for
Yeah.
Panda years, are they different?
Well,
Yeah.
Same as,
So that 5 years could be 30 odd years. That's
Yeah.
a bloody long time.
Yeah.
like in dog beers, I've only had 4.
Yeah. No, it's more. I hate it when people do that. I've only had 4 in dog beers. It's more in
You've had
dog
20.
beers.
Anyway, hey, Australian TV is in a little bit of trouble. Production costs are so high. In over the last year or two, 34 shows have been axed, right, that have just snuck through that we didn't realise. And there are more in trouble. They're saying SAS Australia in doubt. Millionaire Hot Seat, Big Brother's gone, Celeb Apprentice gone, The Bachelor,
Big
Masked
Brother's
Singer.
gone?
Yeah. The
Is that new
reboot didn't
news?
work. No, when it came back, they're saying it didn't. All of these things are costing so much money now to produce. So Australian television, as in local production, in big trouble.
Isn't it more to do with the fact that they're not getting the revenue in to fund it?
That's part of it, yeah.
Because people aren't watching it.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone's gone to Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix and Stan and Binge and
I'd
Paramount
rather
Plus
just
and
pay monthly fees there and not realise it's coming out of their account until they have to look at it.
All right, what else
and
is
the
making
content's
news?
probably a bit better if I'm being quite frank. Hunter Biden has been found guilty on, it was 3 charges in a federal
three.
court.
This is the son of Joe Biden.
Joe Biden, they all pertain to his ownership of a gun. Basically, he lied on the form saying that he had never used drugs when he purchased this gun. He did purchase the gun technically legally. He went through the proper channels, but he lied on the forms, which is a federal offence, and said he'd never done drugs, which is not true. He had openly smoked crack cocaine. And
At the time.
At the time. And do you know what? It's if you look into it, there's a lot of family drama there. He was having a relationship with his brother's widow at the time. She found the gun in his car, threw it in a bin, called the police. The police then investigated it.
This is a movie.
I know it is. It's an awful movie. I'm not sure if I want to
Bring back
watch
Ronald
it.
Reagan. We need someone like that to act in it. Can I?
Trump probably
You're
could
very
produce it.
stiff. You're very stiff if you get done for having a gun in America.
I know.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Bloody hell.
And also lying about doing drugs on a form
In
to buy a
America.
gun. I'm sure a few people have
Gee.
done that.
Their jails will be chockers.
They already are, but yeah.
It's
Can't see him
unbelievable.
doing time for this, surely.
No.
I just finally got a sad story from the world of celebrity. Billy Ray Cyrus, married to Aussie wife Joanna Rosie Hodges, they've split up after 7 months.
Oh, no.
He's got an achy, breaky heart.
Stop it.
Yeah.
What a banger, guys. This song.
They lasted 7 months. All right, that's enough.
Okay, sorry.
I can't believe that he had this one-hit wonder and then Miley sort of became a
Trumped
star. Yeah.
Yeah.
She completely ate him up, like just left him in the dust. He was
All right.
married to Trish Cyrus for nearly 30 years. So
Who's the Australian version?
Joanna Rosie Hodges. Yeah. Does that enlighten you at all or not? No?
Just thought
do
we
you
might
know her?
All
Or
right. Never run into her.
what school did she go to?
That's what's making news.
Triple M.
Are you watching closely?
On television.
Please turn the television set on.
On Triple M Breakfast with Roo, Dits and Loz.
He says he's been watching TV.
What are we watching?
Clarkson's Farm 3 is... How long's it been out for, Mel?
Oh, I don't know.
Ages?
A
Or not
bit.
long? All right, well, I just
Medium.
realised it was out. I watched the first episode. It is... If you like farming and you like a bit of a laugh, Jeremy Clarkson... on his farm. He bought a farm in COVID. That's how it all started, and settled in the bush. He's got no idea how to be a farmer, and he loses plenty of money, but it's a laugh watching him do it, driving
sure
Lamborghini tractors and trying all different things. At the moment, he's having a bit of a blue with his little farmhand Caleb, who he's just anointed farm manager. And he's lost plenty of money because he's been doing some seeding and fertilising and stuff when it's too dry. And Jeremy's making money out of honey and blueberries and eggs and things that don't cost any money on the farm. Very funny stuff if you like a bit of a casual laugh.
I saw the
about farming.
first 2 series. Yeah, I really
Did you
enjoyed
like
it.
it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, no,
I've
it's
never
pretty
watched
easy.
it properly, but I've seen clips of it, and it always makes me laugh.
He's got a Lamborghini tractor.
He's a
and
bit
all
of a
this
funny
sort of
one,
stuff,
Jeremy
yeah.
Clarkson. I don't know whether I like him or hate him or what, but I like the other people in the show. I think
Yeah,
they're really good.
that's
And Jeremy's
right.
wife as well was very, very
He's
good.
accountant. Yeah.
accountant.
What's the bloke who fixes the walls and you can't understand his name?
Yeah, you can't understand a word. Gerald.
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 Is he
I
a
love him.
Welshman or something, isn't he?
Well, no one can understand. Not sure.
Or
Bit of a
or
surprise.
maybe
Bit of a surprise happens with Gerald in season
He's from the
3.
chat room,
Oh,
He
okay.
talked like,
West Country.
Yeah,
Is he West Country? Yeah,
And
right.
There's that clip of him.
Yeah.
You can't understand.
Definitely worth a watch.
Well, you-
Easy
well,
laugh
you-
if you want to watch that.
I'm watching a TV series. I watched the first season a while ago and I didn't realise the other ones had come out, but I've decided to watch it again. It's really, really good. It's called The Great, and it's about Catherine the Great, who was a Russian, sort of German-Russian queen, but it's a comedy, so it's very, very well made.
period comedy.
Yeah, but it's bloody well made. It's historically slightly inaccurate, but the script is hilarious.
Yeah, right.
And it just, I just can't recommend it enough. It's really good.
I've never heard
If
of
you
it.
like history and you like old stuff, it's good. But if you like comedies as well,
Yeah.
it's
What's it on? Do you remember?
It's on Stan.
Stan.
Yeah, it's on
Good
Stan.
old Stan.
Yep.
Sounds like your best mate Stan.
old
You can always go to
Stan.
Stan. Can't you?
I googled why they called it Stan. They don't even really know. Someone just
Really?
said it.
Could have called it Reg.
Yeah, Steve.
Yeah, let's go and watch Steve. That's right. Anyway, I've been watching Bodnik.
I'm a journalist. I'm still consulting on a true crime podcast in the arse end of nowhere.
I've always thought that Ireland was the most beautiful country in the world.
All I see is fields and fields of
Yeah. Anyway, as you know, like anything British, anything Irish, I just love. Can't get. I think it's well acted, and the storylines are always good. So very quickly, these three journos go to make a podcast. They go to this town because 20 years ago, 3 people died. They think murdered.
Yeah.
And anyway, it's if you ever saw the movie Waking Ned Devine, it's similar. What happens is no one wants to cooperate.
Yeah.
Every single person in this town is keeping what happened a secret.
Yeah.
So they try to interview, being journos, they're interviewing the publican and the news agent, and everyone's just bottling up and lying and the way
Last Street Larimer.
It's funny anyway, but it's funny as well. It's very good. So it's called
loved it.
Bodnik. Yeah, check it out.
Triple M breakfast with Roo Dits and Loz.
Please welcome Wil Anderson.
Grew and Airs tonight, 8:30 on the ABC and ABC iView. Wil Anderson, good morning.
Roo Dits, Loz, thank you. Loz, have you ever worn Crocs? Can I ask you that? Are you a Croc wearer?
There was an incident in 2017 where I had to wear them on a camping trip.
Well, this is real dark stuff now. An incident in 2017. It came to mind so quickly too. I was camping and I was forced to wear Crocs. What happened, Loz?
She sounds like Hunter Biden.
My Rossies got soaked in the rain, and the only other available shoe was the man I was seeing at the time, his Crocs. And it was the first and last time I've ever put them on, and I find them really alarming. But apparently they're cool again.
They are very cool. They were the butt of everybody's jokes, Roo. I don't know if you've ever been a Crocs man.
Well, my kids are Croc kids, and I would say we'd have at least half a dozen pairs in our house.
Well, this is the thing, Roo. Like, the next generation love Crocs. I remember about 5 years ago, they were the biggest joke going around. Like, if somebody was rocking Crocs, you were just like, okay, you're either a nurse or a healthcare worker, or you've lost control of your life.
They're multi-purpose, though, aren't they? They're pretty handy.
You know who wears them as well? Chefs. They will slide around the kitchen in a pair of Crocs.
And you got to wear them with socks, don't you?
No, we don't have to.
No, but that seems to be the trend at the moment.
Highly recommend.
Or kids wear them, or Birkenstocks or whatever.
I can deal with a stock with a sock.
Tell me this. Do they smell? That rubber, does smelly feet or not?
If you wear the sock, you avoid that smell, I think.
All right.
The bear on bear,
Like it sounds like Dits is like asking questions like someone who actually knows the answers already. You know?
No, germaphobe, Will.
I want to know.
He's a bloody germaphobe. But I've got yellow ones, white ones, red ones, blue ones, black ones in my house that I can picture different kids wearing at the moment.
Yeah, and they are super popular with the next generation. Do they decorate them, Roo? Do they have
the little kids have got those little bloody, I don't know what they call them.
They're called gibbets.
Gibbets. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Yep, heard that.
What a crock. That was genuinely not intentional.
All right. Hey, Telstra ads at the moment there's all this Aussie wildlife involved. What's the story?
Yeah, have you seen these?
Yeah.
It's a new range of ads. They're starring, so there's 26 of them in total. And all sorts of different little animated stop-motion Australian animals, like making these little Telstra ads. Basically, Telstra have sacked a whole lot of human staff, so they put animals in their ads now.
Yeah. No, it's true. Yeah.
Using wildlife.
Yeah. They've got echidnas doing it now.
The Tasmanian devils, all sorts of things in these ads. But the whole point of them, of course, is the idea is Telstra has the best coverage all over Australia. So they've made these very regionally specific ads with these animals from the particular region. So they've picked animals that are from specific regions and then made ads starring them.
What's the weirdest animal they used, Will? Do you know?
I mean, personally, the Tassie Devils are the ones that look the weirdest to me.
Well, what I don't understand is they've got the best, coverage in Australia, but you still have to stand right next to the kitchen sink in my parents' house if you want to make a call. Has to be on loudspeaker.
Mine's
if you go 10 minutes
time.
into the hills, it's like, the echidnas aren't using phones up there. I'm telling you that much.
No, I'm with Telstra, and in my old house in the inner city of Sydney, I literally had to drive to the top of the hill at local shops to make a phone call.
And hold a coat hanger out the window.
I was like, where's your animal here, Telstra?
That's right.
Save me some money on sports bet every now and then.
What's going on with extra chewies?
I don't know. Have you seen these ads where it's the mind mouth? So there's a guy in a meeting and he's got a little mouth in his forehead. And
what?
I mean, if you've not seen them, they're only 4 seconds long. Like when you go into a song, Google these ads because they are so bizarre. So the idea is basically during the pandemic, chewing gum was one of the things that really lost out during the pandemic for a couple of reasons. First, yeah, so there's two main reasons, Loz. One is people are on their phones at checkouts now, so those purchase items you used to do at checkouts are not as effective as they used to be. In fact, you will have noticed there's not as many anymore. They've taken them back into because people are on their phones all the time while they're checking out themselves. Yeah. And then the other thing is, of course, when people work from home during the pandemic, the major reason that people buy gum is for other people, not for yourself. It's because you have bad breath or socialising. If you've got a mask on or if you're not at the office. So they're trying to get people back to using gum, particularly in office situations, but they've made some of the most bizarre ads you've ever seen.
Bloody work from home.
These ads, it's like their peyote just kicked in or something, like when they're making them. They're so weird. There's some weird stuff out there.
Yeah, this one is like a third eye opens in the middle of this guy's forehead.
I'm just watching it. That's off-putting. That's not
This isn't
My God.
It's giving him the heebie-jeebies. And just quickly, Will, you've got a pitch to buy nothing. What's this about?
Yeah, so in our pitch segment where we get advertising agencies to sell an unsellable idea, the most unsellable idea to an advertising person is convincing people not to buy anything at all. So 2 ads tonight trying to convince people not to buy anything.
What's that, to curb inflation, is it? Or...
yeah, that's right.
That's not a bad idea.
There you go. That might be the idea they come up with.
Winner,
Hey, good on you, Will. Grew and Airs tonight on the ABC at 8:30 and ABC iView as well. Wil Anderson, thanks.
Thanks, Dave.
See you, Will.
See you, Will. Yeah.
60 years ago today, the Beatles performed in Adelaide Centennial Hall down at Wavell. They appeared on the balcony of the Adelaide Town Hall, and we're told that 1 in 2 South Australians turned up. And in fact, the Beatles even said themselves, it's the biggest crowd anywhere in the world, biggest reception they'd ever received. Today on Triple M, we celebrate the 60-year anniversary of the Beatles being in Adelaide.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The year is 1964. The Beatles are the biggest band in the world.
Never has witnessed the excitement stirred by these youngsters from Liverpool who call themselves the Beatles.
Well, she was just 17.
Beatlemania is on its way to Australia, but Adelaide was left off the tour itinerary. Jim Slade, legendary Adelaide DJ.
Bob Francis and myself went out to the people of Adelaide and said, we need to have signatures, and as a result of that, we had 80,000 signatures. That convinced Mr. Brodziak that, yes, the Beatles should come to Adelaide.
The fabulous Beatles. Welcome. Welcome, boys. Thank you.
In the motorcade coming from the Adelaide airport through to the Adelaide Town Hall, Anzac Highway is just alive with people. It was swarming with people. They were 5 to 10 deep right along the route.
The Fab Four made it to the balcony of the Adelaide Town Hall.
When they did come out, the noise, it was just screaming and yelling.
Can we have a little bit of quiet, please? We can talk.
When everyone was screaming, though, they were screaming out the names of the ones that they loved.
And I think by that time there were probably 350,000 people stretching from North Terrace right along King William Street up to the Town Hall. It was just a magical, insane time.
And I think they were probably surprised themselves at the response they got.
Is this bigger than New York? Oh, it's bigger in New York than they were outside the hotel. Well, fellas, tell me, what did you think of the Adelaide reception? That was great. The best ever.
When Paul McCartney toured here last year, he reflected on that amazing day in Adelaide on the 12th of June, 1964.
It was overwhelming, really, because, you know, we'd got famous and we'd seen big crowds and we'd had all the screaming and stuff, but that many people, it was insane. So we were just standing there like, it was just great. It was fantastic.
With a love like that, you know you should be glad.
It was something special.
Oh, I love it. I could listen to the Beatles forever.
Oh, you can today.
I know. Magnificent. Oh, it's a big Wednesday here on Triple M. Loz's wheelie bin is worth a fortune. How much, Loz?
$11,300.
What time will you give us the new clue?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll do it at the 8 o'clock top of hour.
Okay.
Going into the... So I'll give you a bit of time.
Is it a good one today?
All right.
I'm not in charge of the clues, and you know this, Rupert.
Right, Rue's
So I
Sassy
can't.
Sexpert is coming up as well.
Bloody say it's mine.
You went through high school with her.
Yeah, I didn't turn her into a bloody sexpert.
Did you ever hold hands in high school?
Never.
Wilder Truscott?
Never.
Were you scared of girls
I used
in high
to go
school?
out with her friend, though.
Did you?
From Morgan.
Oh,
Wow, long distance relationship.
Well, I saw her every day at school.
the old LDR.
Did you ride your bike over to Morgan?
No, I didn't ride my bike.
How far
What
was
year
that?
was that?
Morgan's about 30 k's.
Oh,
Was she your first girlfriend?
Yes, I think
First
she might have
serious
been.
one? How long were you together?
Yeah, I don't. Bloody hell, a few. I don't know, 6 months or something.
That's pretty good. Yeah. Good innings.
Anything
fair
else you
innings.
want to know?
Not on air.
And Joe's jokes, last opportunity today to get the opportunity to run out. Say opportunity 4 times in one sentence.
Fit it in one more time,
Anyway, tell us what it's all about.
Anyway, 2 kids who go run out with the Crows on Saturday night. They can bring a mate each as well. Saturday night, Adelaide Oval, and the Crows take on Sydney in Joe's Jokes.
Yep.
All right, today we are celebrating 60 years since the Beatles came to Adelaide.
Yeah. Should we solicit for the quickie?
Yes, I think
do that as well.
We'll do that as well. It's your opportunity to
Yeah.
be part of the quickie. 1-333-533. We've got $100 up for grabs. Give us a call.
200.
200. Sorry, 200.
Even better, Rude, it's a loss for breakfast on Triple M.
On Triple M, it's time to speak to a sexpert. She knows about relationships, but she also knows Rue from high school.
So, oh man, I feel uncomfortable talking about your Mark.
Please welcome to Triple M Breakfast, our sassy sexpert, Wil Truscott.
Oh, good morning, Wilder. I've got my pen and notepad ready to go.
Yes.
Here we go.
Good morning.
Plenty of notes.
All right, I've got a question for you today. I've got a couple of friends who have been together for about 4 years, and we've all recently found out that they've decided to change their relationship from monogamous to being open.
Oh.
And we all went, so we're kind of taking bets on how long it lasts.
How did that come up in their conversation?
I think there's one person in the relationship who very much wants it to happen, and the other person just doesn't want to break up, and they might be going along with it. But they both say that they're keen for it, but I don't know.
Well, I've got a question for you. Is this the beginning of the end of that relationship? Or can it work?
Look, this is a yes and a no answer. It can work, but the people in it need to have some really strong boundaries around the guidelines of what is open. So there's different levels of open relationships as well that need to be considered.
Sounds like a few things really open.
But whatever the relationship is, if there's cracks in the relationship, if you open it, that's going to turn into a canyon. So it magnifies what the relationship is. If the relationship is super strong, there's a lot of security, there's no questions, like, yep, you can probably dance with that a little bit, but if you've got any lack or void...
Wow.
Surely it's got to be an away game. You can't be bringing these people home, can you?
That's not up to me to determine. That's up to the people in the relationship to
They'd
determine.
have to have a pretty robust conversation. Is it in Adelaide? Is it interstate? Is it overseas?
Do you tell me about it?
This is the different levels of play. So you can have, you can just make it like monogamously playful, where you might just play out some fantasies or something and do it interstate. But some people live it as a full lifestyle.
Yeah.
Gee, are you
Keys
allowed
in
to
the bowl,
know them?
swingers.
Yeah, you've got swingers, you've got polyamorous, you've got
What's that
ethical
one?
non-monogamy.
Hang on.
What is it?
Polyamorous. What does that mean?
Hold the phone. Well, that's where there's lots of people involved. There could be 1, 2, 3, 5 or 7.
Yeah.
But I think that, if it's hard enough to navigate 2 people, imagine navigating 5.
Yeah.
Question, Wala, when you've seen it done successfully, what does it have going on for it? Do you think it's probably best when it's, obviously it depends couple to couple, but interstate, is keeping it separate as much as possible the more successful way of doing it in your sort of perspective?
Well, I think it's just become more mainstream with social media, and there's a lot more acceptance in the culture of opening your relationship. Where, 20 years ago it was super hidden. No one knew anything. You just kept it to yourself.
Yeah.
But I think it's more about having good boundaries and good conversations and, discussing what you need or why you're opening it, and then making sure that you stay within the guidelines and boundaries, because, there's going to be things that are going to trigger your self-esteem, it's going to trigger jealousy, it's going to trigger self-doubt, or you can have a lot of fun.
Yeah. I just don't know. I mean,
Nah.
there's just no way into hell.
No.
I'd be
Have you
okay with
seen
it.
this, or have you heard of it working?
I have heard of it working, but the people that I know who have made it work are very special and unique.
Yeah,
Right. That's a nice way of putting
Right?
it.
Yeah, very
Well,
secure.
it's just what you've got to remember that it's still negotiating, constant negotiating in the relationship. So if navigating two people's hard enough,
Bring a few outsiders in.
So the situation that I'm thinking of, there's one person who wants it to be open and the other person's going, yeah, okay, let's do that.
Right, so the bloke wants to root around, but she doesn't.
Other way around,
Excuse
dude.
me,
You kidding?
Other way around.
Really?
She wants to.
Yeah,
Wow.
and he sort of loves her so much that he's willing to do it.
Is that right?
Oh,
Yeah.
he's nuts.
But do you see that often, that there's often one person who's a little bit more interested in it, and then the
Of
other
course.
person? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
She's all over.
I know.
well, just I
Bye.
just hope those people have good good guidelines and good boundaries around what's actually happening within the primary relationship.
Yeah.
Well,
We'll see.
next week I want to ask you, and I want you to tell us, can you come back from getting caught cheating?
Ooh.
Infidelity.
Yes.
Infidelity. Can
Give
a
us a
relationship-
Good question.
That's good.
Ditch wanted me to ask.
Oh, thanks.
Come on, dude.
Nah.
Actually, it was Loz.
No.
All right.
No,
Thanks,
no.
Wala.
Thanks,
See ya. Have a
Wala.
good day.
See ya.
Bye.
See you.
Our Sassy Sexpert, Wila Truscott.
Triple M's Rumour Mill, Adelaide's most listened to segment. Hear it every day at 7:40 on Roo, Dits and Loz.
You can join us on the text line at any stage, 048885 1047. Robert from Unley Park is taking the time to text, and this is an interesting
Where they
one.
found Loz's car.
Yes, exactly
It's
right.
true.
Poor
No,
lonely
hang on a
thing.
second.
Covered in
Where
leaves.
I parked my car.
Righto. Robert from Unley has said, one of the big gambling companies has approached Fox Sports, carrying the live vision of AFL games inside their app, meaning you'll be able to watch the footy on the betting app for free. Whilst this would reduce viewers on Fox, Fox would get a heap of revenue from the gambling company. The size of the offer is very large, which would offset the fees that the Fox pay to the AFL. The betting app would, just seeing if that needs to be read out. But basically, at the moment, if you want to watch AFL games, you can only do that on KO. So you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
You mean on your phone?
Yeah,
Yeah,
on
yeah,
your
yeah.
phone
Talking
or
about your phone.
iPads.
Yep.
You have to pay KO.
Get
for
KO.
it.
And if you
Okay.
don't have free-to-air TV,
So,
then, yeah.
this
So
will
this would be for
replace
free.
that. Yeah, right.
But you would have to restrain yourself from having a punt.
Right.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
So a lot of people would be able to do that, and a hell of a lot of people wouldn't be able to do it.
Do you think the betting company would restrict you? I don't know if you know this. Do you have to have had a bet to then be able to watch it? Because
I wouldn't think
they
so.
wouldn't want anyone just using it free of charge, would they?
Yeah, but I think they'll back themselves in. But
Okay.
because if they go on there, they go, oh well,
They know
while I'm here,
as well as anyone, yeah.
You can sign up on a betting company now and get the racing for free.
Yes, that's right.
So you don't have to have a bet to watch the races. You
But-
just have to have an account.
But would you say that with AFL, more so than, you can watch AFL without really having a dog in the fight necessarily.
Yeah,
in terms
true.
of- whereas racing's much more. I'm not watching a horse race unless I put a bet on. I'm being serious.
Yeah, good point. But they'll get they only have to get a small percentage, don't they? That's interesting if that's the case. Robert from Unley Park.
Yep.
Thanks for your text. That could be a grand there.
60 years ago today, the Beatles were in Adelaide.
Incredible.
300,000 people. 1 in 2 South Australians turned out, and they stood on the balcony of the Adelaide Town Hall. Were you there? Did you see them?
Yeah, let's go to Glengarry. G'day, Samantha.
Good morning. How you going?
Now, you sound too young to have been there. What are you ringing in for?
My dad was 9 years old at the time.
Yeah.
And him and his 11-year-old sister, they walked in from Blair Athol to see the Beatles.
Jeez, wow. Yeah.
And he's home at the moment. I'm on my way to work, so he's going to die when he finds out I'm on the radio. But anyway, he remembered being underneath the balcony, hanging on, and big kids having him by the ankles, trying to just throw him out the way so they could get to the front.
Oh, my God. Wow.
He talks about it regularly, does he?
Yeah, it did get a mention at his 70th birthday.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fantastic. Thanks for calling in,
Incredible.
Samantha. Who you got there, Loz?
We've got Trevor in Mount Barker. Were you there when the Beatles showed up?
Certainly was. I was 10 years old, too young to go into town or to the concert, but Mum and Dad drove us down to Anzac Highway, and we lined up with thousands of others, watched the boys come through in the back of a convertible.
Right, in the convertible.
Yeah, they had them sitting up in the back of the convertible, and there were thousands there.
Yeah.
Good on you, Trev. You remember it like it was yesterday, do you?
Yep. And Roo, I remember you when you used to work for a packaging company. I used to work for a large optical company down south.
Yeah, that was only 30 years ago.
Yeah. That's up there with the Beatles.
It is up there. It's pretty similar.
Yeah, Kerry, Cockatoo Valley, tell us your story.
G'day, guys. How are you going?
Good.
Kerry.
My mum, her best friend Anne, her mum worked for the record company and got them tickets. They were 3 rows back, right in the centre.
Oh.
And when they actually were on the balcony, they were right under the balcony with the Beatles looking over, waving at them.
Oh,
Wow.
no. Got to be kidding. All right.
And my mum will be 79 this year. Sorry, Mum. And it's one of the things that we have always known about her and her Beatles love.
Experience.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Beautiful, Kerry. Thanks for sharing that. Let's head to Semaphore Park. G'day, Tracy. Were you at the Beatles in 60 years ago?
I certainly was. I was 4.5 on my mum's shoulders, and we were metres away from the balcony, but we were there looking at them, and Mum took a photo, but all I remember is the screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's going to burst my ears, I swear, and every time I look at that photo, it brings it back.
What about how well dressed they were? They wore suits and ties, didn't they?
Oh, I had to wear my prettiest dress.
Yeah.
Yep.
Amazing, yeah.
So flash.
Yeah.
Who have we got there?
We've got Jan. Hello, Jan.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, thank you, Jan. What's your story?
Well, I was 14 years old, and the girl next door was the secretary to the manager of the Adelaide airport.
Yeah.
And because I had a little caliper on my leg and my hand didn't work, I was privileged enough to have a chauffeur-driven car by the manager of the airport, to the airport, and I was driven out to the plane, and I was standing at the bottom of the stairs as the Beatles came down. I was the only teenager allowed at the Adelaide airport.
What a special experience you've had. What a story, Jan.
I was there with about 20 other people.
Wow.
They were media and the airport staff.
Now, as they came past, did they say anything to you? Did you have any interaction at all?
Absolutely. As they came down the steps, I was really mad because Paul was over the other side. So I yelled out, Paul. And Paul and John swung around because they weren't expecting to hear a little voice like mine. Yeah. And they came down and looked directly at me, and I took a photo of them. And it was a close-up, and John said, "You're a bit young to be a photographer, aren't you?"
Oh, my goodness.
I was annoyed with him because, seriously, I was going to marry Paul. I had it all planned.
Jan, don't give up yet. It
Don't
could
give
happen.
up. He's still around. Hey, I've been shown the photo you've taken. It's an incredible
it
shot.
is.
They're looking right at you. They're smiling and talking. That is the most amazing thing in the world that you took that photo. Thanks for sending it to us. It's brilliant.
You're welcome. That's fine.
Jan,
That's
what a
fine.
beautiful experience, a very special experience in your lifetime. Thanks for sharing it with us.
Absolutely. Thank you for your time.
Good
Bye-bye.
on you. There you go.
Yeah,
That's
Jan.
good.
Oh, my God,
Bloody
Jan.
hell, that was a special one, wasn't it?
Oh, Jan, that
love it.
photo's
Well, I'm going to
incredible.
continue to celebrate the Beatles being here 60 years
And
ago.
just to repeat, there is a little band down at the town hall today.
Yeah.
At
cover band.
12:30.
Yep.
If you want to head down there at your lunch and catch up with them.
Amazing. Loz has really been a fortune. We've got a new clue, $11,300. Guess what's in there? Win the cash. Next, Triple M.
But Loz, you've got a very big announcement to make, haven't you?
Well, it's time for a clue for what's in my wheelie bin.
Wednesday Clue Day.
Every Wednesday we do a clue, so I'll go through the ones we've got so far so you can kind of compile them. So we've had unoccupied, chocolate, Japan, 2022 floods, ages 3 and up, and number 1. Today's clue is Groovin' the Moo.
What?
Groovin' the Moo?
It's a music festival.
Yeah.
Groovin' the Moo.
Yeah.
You're not
And you
serious.
reckon this is a good clue?
Yeah, it is actually.
You're not serious.
Yeah. It is actually
What does
a
that
good
tell
clue.
us?
It
Well,
tells
that's
you
gonna
that it
do
has
a-
something to do with Groovin' the Moo.
Where's that concert?
the Groovin' the Moo happens all over Australia.
They move around, do they?
yeah, it moves around.
Cool. All right.
But yeah.
So we'll have to do a bit of research with that.
Yep.
All right, 1-333-533 if you want to have a crack at what's in Loz's wheelie bin. It's $11,300. One lucky listener's going to get through next and have a guess.
Loz's Wheelie Bin of Fortune, thanks to Eckermans, South Australia's largest and most trusted team of conveyancers, eckermans.com.au. 60 years ago today, the Beatles were right here in Adelaide. We'll be celebrating playing a bunch of their live stuff right across your day like this on Triple M.
Triple M. It's time for your favourite game. Loz's Wheelie Bin of Fortune.
All right, let's head to Salisbury. We've got Les on the line. G'day, Les.
How you going, bud?
Good. Have you been studying what's in Loz's wheelie bin?
I just had this for a while, actually. So,
Okay, did the latest clue today, which was, Loz?
Groovin' the Moo.
Did that help you at all, Les?
that does help, yes, a little bit. Because it was in where I'm thinking, so...
Okay, let's hear your guess.
It's the Cadbury's chocolate factory in Tasmania.
The whole factory's
You
in
think
the
the whole
wheelie bin.
factory's in the wheelie bin?
That's a big wheelie bin you got there, Loz.
Right. Okay. And why do you think it's that?
Just the chocolate and the unoccupied.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's going to be closing soon. And Japan, they might take it over.
Right.
and the floods were in Tasmania in 22.
Mm-hmm.
And number one, obviously Cadbury's number one chocolate around for a while.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And and the Groove and the Move was in Tassie as well.
All right.
All right, let's see if you're right.
That's how I've had this for a while, actually.
There we go.
Afraid not.
Oh.
So sorry.
well.
I'm so
Bad
sorry.
luck, Les.
I think it was,
Les.
it was ambitious to have a whole factory in the wheelie bin, I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I want to be. You might have to use the streets.
Right.
All right, Les. That's okay. At least you had a crack, mate.
Well done, Les. You
Good
can
on
try again at 10 and at 1.
$11,400 at 10 o'clock.
Jackpot's
Was he close?
100 can't say whether he's close.
Groove and the Moo.
Groove and the Moo's the clue. And it's actually a very good clue.
Oh, I can see by your face how excited you are.
I'm excited that I was allowed
any
to say that.
emotion to any
So
of
do
the
you
other
think
clues.
that means it'll go off soon now with that clue?
If people get on the right frame of thinking,
Well,
then
you're
yes.
you are effectively putting them on the right train by how excited you are.
Well, it's a clue that we're giving away. I'm happy we're giving it away.
I know.
Yeah.
The other clues you haven't been excited about.
Well, this one I just think is a good clue.
All right.
Win big by servicing at Peter Kittle Toyota, Para Hills West. T's and C's apply.
Triple M breakfast with Roo Dits and Loz.
When do I get paid?
It's time for Joe's Joke.
Who we got on the line this morning?
Oh, that's
Tom.
G'day,
Tommy!
Tom. Just remind me, Tom, how old are you?
8.
8 years old.
Same as last week, Dits.
Yeah, sorry. Hey, did he
He's
have
about
a
the only one in the family that didn't have a birthday in the weekend.
That's
Because
right.
Joe did, and I did, and my mum did, all
Did
that.
he have a sickie yesterday?
He did. He's been crook, haven't you, Tom?
Yeah.
You feeling better, mate?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Aw.
Have you had your breakfast this morning?
Yeah.
What'd you have?
Rice bubbles.
Rice
bubbles.
Fix you a bit of a snap, crackle, and pop.
Yeah, that's
That's
right.
good.
Poor, hang
Oh,
on,
he's still
cough is
coughing.
fluttering there.
What are you trying to get another sickie off, Mum, are you?
No.
You can't play footy Friday night if you bloody don't go to school today.
Yeah, right.
He's crook.
Jeez.
All right, tell us a joke,
He's
Tommy.
as tough
Come
as
on.
Christian Petrarca.
Yeah.
Tell us a joke, mate.
What joke have you got?
3 years ago, the doctor told me I was going deaf.
3 years ago, your doctor told you were going deaf. Really?
I haven't heard from him since.
Good start,
Righto.
Tommy. That was a
Good on
good
you,
one.
Tom.
Good.
All right, have you got another one?
My dog is a genius.
Yeah.
I asked him what 2 minus 2 was, and he said nothing.
There you go.
That's
Well
good,
done.
mate.
Well
Couple
done.
of good
All right.
gags there, buddy. You go and cough over everyone
Yeah.
and splutter over everyone at school today, mate. We'll catch you tonight, okay?
Yep.
Good on you, mate.
See you,
All right,
Tommy.
kids, ring now. And what about the prize?
Well, the last two people who get to today are going to run out on Adelaide Oval Saturday night when the Crows take on the Swans. They can bring a mate as well. They can bring two parents. 133353 now. Ring in with your jokes.
And bring your mouth guard because you could end up playing for the Crows. They might need you.
In the forward line, yeah.
All right, we had Tom on not too long ago. Let's head out to Isaac. How are you, Isaac?
Good. How are you?
Good.
G'day,
thanks.
Isaac.
How old are you, Isaac? How old are you?
Yeah. 12.
And
12.
What school do you go to?
Playford International College.
International College.
So are you in
Wow.
year 7 or?
Year 7.
Year 7.
Oh, it's a high school.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
What do you like doing at school, Isaac?
Playing soccer and basketball.
Oh,
They're
good.
very popular.
Yeah,
Very
no
popular.
worries. All right, now, have you got a joke for us?
Yeah.
Okay, what is it?
What do you call a woman with one leg?
Call a woman with one
I
leg.
don't know. What do you call her?
Eileen.
Yeah, of course she does. All right, Isaac, stay on the line. Roo has got a very special prize for
we
you in just a
have. We'll
moment.
tell you shortly. Let's go to Rory's on the line. G'day, Rory.
Hello.
How are you,
Rory.
buddy?
I'm good.
Would you like to run out with the Adelaide Crows Saturday night?
Yes, please.
Who's your favourite player?
Isaac Rankin.
Wow, well, he might
Rankin.
be playing on Saturday night with a bit of luck.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
If he is, we'll make sure that you can hold his hand when you're running out. How good would that be?
That'd be awesome.
Good on you, Rory. What school do you go to?
I go to Shadow Park Primary School.
Okay, good stuff.
Guess where that is, Uncle Ditz?
Is that in Shido Park, Rory?
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Now, do you play footy?
Yeah, I play for the Ranella Wineflies Club.
Oh,
Big
fantastic.
Sammy Draper, who plays for Essendon, used to play for them.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, what's your joke for us today, Rory?
What do you call a spider with 10 eyes?
I haven't heard this one
Spider
before.
with 10
What do you
eyes.
call it?
A spy,
Oh, mate,
Right.
that is awesome. Good on you, Rory.
Righto, stay there, Rory.
Oh,
There's
Rory,
an echo in here.
Rory and Isaac have just won the opportunity to run out with the Adelaide Crows on Saturday night. They can get a mate as well. Their phone's going to be going hot.
Yes.
And their parents can come along as well. This is all thanks to Bendigo Bank and the Adelaide Crows. Thanks to Bendigo Bank, the better big bank. What a great prize.
So
Looking
much
forward to that
fun.
Saturday night.